This is episode 36, and Snarskis, welcome back. Good to see you. How are you doing?
Thank you. I'm very well. Thank you. How are you?
I can't complain. I'm working on my tan this summer. Things are good. So I wanted to have you on again. I wanted to say congratulations. Last time, well, maybe 2 times ago, we were talking about your upcoming show in Taiwan, where you have some
Yeah.
digital art, which is using AI generative software to turn a still picture into like a moving picture, a video, right? But I think at the moment you've also got a show in Greece. Is that right?
Yes, so it's a multiple artist show happening on Paros Island in Greece.
Mm-hmm.
And one of my digital paintings, it's called Santorini Sunset from
Mm-hmm.
my collection in 2002, is on display now. So this NFT is actual digital painting, and also it was sold as an NFT in 2022.
Mm.
But also, I like to display the sold artworks at the exhibition. So last year, I had the exhibition in London where I had on display Elon Musk NFT and Pablo.
Mm-hmm.
So it was one printed on a glass and another one was mixed medium. So painting on a canvas with multiple layers of paint, gold leaf, and other textures, but also it was turned into an NFT on OpenSea and it was sold, but it was the physical version of it was on display in London.
Mm.
And now I'm doing the same thing with the Santorini Sunset. It's a NFT, and now it's being on display as a digital artwork too.
Fantastic. Yeah, I was trying to find this one on OpenSea. I couldn't find it, so I ended up finding it on your website. But I guess it's
Yes,
not on OpenSea because I
it
didn't
is.
scroll enough, or yeah,
It
it's on there.
is because it's sold, so
Yeah,
it has to be under created, not owned.
created.
Created, yes,
Yeah.
not connected,
Okay.
because then it goes to and it
Am I
is.
lucky? Am I going to pop up? I got to type it
It,
in.
no, it
Santorini. Oh,
should
there
be
you go.
there. Here
Yeah.
we are. Yes.
Sweet. Nice, nice. Awesome.
That's why, so now it's on display for a few days. So I'm really excited, and I think it shows kind of like a track record and what I want to display, like from 2021 when the NFTs started, and we had so many new artists, projects, and all of that coming up. So for me now, it's goal to keep the track record
Mm-hmm.
because many projects and ideas disappeared, and I think it's a perfect example saying and demonstrating that a lot of projects will come and go and some will stay.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I think the owner as well of the NFT will be pleased with that. So I think now it makes sense, and when we're looking long term, now we see the bigger picture, what's real, what's not real, and I think that's one of the mission as well.
Totally. Yeah. It's good to be consistent. It's good to have that history. So let's talk a little bit, I guess Web3 is enabling more and more artists to extend their reach around the world. And you were able to set up this exhibition because you were in Greece on vacation, is that right?
I was in Greece recently, but in different island.
Hmm.
I set up this with the gallery, so it's quite easy because this is NFT and digital, so it doesn't require any physical shipment or organizing all of that. So it's much easier, much faster.
Mm.
And actually, it was set up 1 week before the actual exhibition day because I knew that this is happening, but I wasn't sure if I want to go ahead and proceed. And at the end, I chose, like, I think for Greece Island would be cool to show one of these Greek motifs as well. So I think it worked with the location and with the artwork. Otherwise, I think I wouldn't do it if I wouldn't have something relative. So I
Hmm.
think for the space, for the location, it makes sense to have this piece.
So these screens, this is all set up by the gallery, or you have to
Yeah,
like pay a rental fee, or how does this work? How do you
yeah.
make it
So
happen?
you have to pay the rental fee, but the gallery has all the equipment and set up the HD screens, and the space is really beautiful. It's a 2 floor space,
Hmm.
and really nice interior. And then we have all of these screens. Some artists show also physical pieces like paintings and photography.
Mm-hmm.
So it's multi-medium. So this is quite fun, and I think people are enjoying it. I've saw like quite a good flow of people coming in and out. So I think it's really nice setup and location.
Yeah, sounds good. What else do you want to talk about in this episode?
So we can do perhaps future of NFTs and maybe comparing this kind of physical and digital version. I think because this exhibition is quite good example to demonstrating that it's easy to set up the events, right?
Mm-hmm.
You lose that physical barrier where how do I ship it, how long it takes, right? This particular one is only as a digital version, but
Mm-hmm.
other uh,
The one in
artworks
London? Mm.
yes have the physical uh, like a token, so actual painting that can be hanged on the wall. So I think artists could play this on multiple levels where you have only a digital version and it could be, for example, 100 units of particular painting, like artists do one artwork and it comes with the 100 prints or 300 prints that people can purchase, and like, okay, this is print 31 out of 300.
Yep.
So you can do same with the NFTs when you have variations,
Mm-hmm.
additions. I think that's the best word to describe it. But the way I create everything is one edition artwork, and this particular lives only as a digital. But others I have that are existing as a paintings on canvas. So I think really depends. If you have commissions, some people might ask as well to have two versions. So I think
Mm-hmm.
it's really cool because you can have it on you all the time in your digital wallet and physical piece at home.
Mm. Mm. The person that collected this NFT from you, they already knew you from before, or they just stumbled upon it? I'm curious how they found it, how they discovered this.
Actually, I think the person who purchased it, he did some research before. So he mentioned to me that he saw a few podcasts, website, all the channels.
Mm-hmm.
So he did the homework to analyze who I am and what kind of art history I have, etc. And then he decided to purchase it. So
Nice.
this is, I think, from our very first interviews when we were talking about, where's the value, how does it work, what happens if AI produces. But I think if you want to have real collectors, people are looking into you. They're not just buying everything off the shelf and hoping, that something will work out. That's why I would encourage more artists to go into Web3 because some are only on analog technology, but
Mm-hmm.
there's so much space on digital as well where you could be successful on both platforms.
Yeah. Yeah. So for this show in Greece, did you pre-record some message for people coming by your display, or were you planning to do some like live message, through Zoom or something like that, or in Taiwan?
So to be honest, the setup is straightforward. So it is on display. I just did some marketing in before the show and during the show, just spreading the message, sharing the location and the artwork being displayed. But the
Mm-hmm.
setup is straightforward. A couple weeks before, I worked out with gallery the details, how it's going to be displayed for how long, etc.
Yeah.
So that's why I think it makes digital art in these days more accessible, because from artist point of view for yourself, it's much easier to organize such a display where you don't have to pack safely and ship to other country your artwork and hope that it arrives not damaged and being within the time frame, because in these days always used to be issues with the shipping,
Yeah.
and during these days it's even more expensive and trickier to organize it, insurance and all of that detail. So digital removes that friction.
Mm.
You have your high resolution file, you send it over, it can be set up on a display. It could be moving image, it could be, just a still. So it opens new opportunities for yourself, because as well as an artist, you don't have to send your screens and all of that. So for digital artists, it opens this new space where they will be able to display art
Yeah.
easier
Mm.
and maybe more often, because you got used to those empty spaces where have to be filled with the physical pieces.
Yeah. Yeah. I wish, it looks good, but maybe they're already doing it, but I wish there was like a voting system. Like you go into the gallery and you could, how many likes does this guy get? And you could have like a raffle, the one with the most likes, or I don't know, you can make some, so gamify it, have some gamification concept going. I guess that'll happen more and more in the future.
Yeah, absolutely. I think now we have just very first steps, like people are just working out, oh, we can have the screens and we can attract more artists displaying different mediums, because really to organize local exhibitions, it's quite nice and easy. But if you want to have in one space a lot of international artists and
Hmm.
to create more interesting and exciting event, is it the way to go. And it's cheaper, easier, and quicker as well.
Mm-hmm. I'm wondering what else you could do. So I know you created a 3D gallery a while back. So like
Oh yes, the
if
metaverse version.
yeah, so like you could have, if the gallery has the equipment, you could have like an Oculus or some headset and people could strap
Hmm.
it on and they could go through your, it wouldn't cost that much over time. They would pay off that initial setup cost and it'd be so interesting for everyone.
Exactly. But even now, the gallery is there. Everyone can log in and browse it. I'm keep updating the artworks and shuffling, so I think it's really exciting. But also with this piece, I sent it with the QR code where people can scan it and open it on the OpenSea. So I
Hmm.
think this is interesting version, but also I think your suggestion to have maybe next time I should have QR code of a metaverse gallery where people scan it and they can be directed over there rather just to a website. So maybe that's the way to go as well.
Yeah. Coming up after this show is Taiwan, and are you going to try to
It
line some
is.
more up every couple of months?
Well, I think that's the way to go. I will look at what's happening. I have another idea to do in London that is really exciting, but now I'm just exchanging the emails to see if it's possible and how it will work out. But yeah, I want to do a bit more physical displays and real world.
And what have you been up to recently? Have you been painting a lot recently, or you been busy?
So yesterday I did the Jake Paul, another painting. I'm not sure if you followed. He had the fight with the Nate Diaz the
Mm.
other weekend, but yeah, so completed that one. So now the collection is four Jake Paul paintings within Jake Paul collection on OpenSea. I
This
find
one?
it quite. Yes, that's the one.
Okay.
So
There was another one with
completed.
like some flailing arms on the ground, right?
Oh, so those are older ones. So I think they're from 2021 and 2022.
Uh-huh.
So that's why I have a few collections that I'm keeping ongoing. So even if you open my profile on OpenSea, those artworks are broken into collections. So these are the collections.
I see.
So here we are. So we have four editions for each fight, and then I have other collections that I'm keep working on and just adding new artworks.
Awesome. Awesome.
So
Nice work.
these are all the wins, and yeah, so that's why there's a few collections, but nothing is that I'm keep adding new pieces and keep everything live. As mentioned again, not like the other projects who start and disappear, right? So consistency. So this is one of the collections, but the others as well, like Elon Musk one is being added new pieces, and actually Musk collection stands very well in the open sea space
Mm-hmm.
with the sales and in general under the keywords uh, under the position.
This V3?
Yes. So I created Elon Musk V2, and then I felt like, oh, maybe I made error in spelling, and then I created new collection, and automatically OpenSea renames it. If the name is taken, it adds V1, V2, V3. So I created, I think, V2 originally. So somebody had the Elon Musk folder already created, in
Mm.
2021. So I thought like, okay, it works this way. I'm not gonna create a new folder. So I kept it under the V3.
You have a few with the bird, right? I saw one, but I don't think it was this one. And I was thinking, yeah, now that they're taking the bird away, maybe it's interesting that you have this documented. It's quite good.
Yeah, so that's the way about the consistency and the timeline to show the progress, and also it's like documenting the events and etc. And the next one definitely will be Musk and Zucks
Mm-hmm.
in Coliseum.
Who do you think's going to win?
Definitely Zucks.
Really?
Because they should work out on like a technical points and stuff like that. So if they're fighting by some kind of rules, Zuckerberg was already working out, and he is already very technical, and he's been active like for years now. So I think there's a no-brainer that even if by points and technique, he will win for sure.
So you're going to paint it before the fight, after the fight? After, I guess, huh?
Maybe after, in case Musk wins, so I might need to change something.
Yeah. Well, you could take a gamble, have some more history.
Yeah, or just to have neutral. I think I'll do something like a neutral, so everyone will be happy to have it.
Okay. Well, thanks a lot, Snarskis. I hope to have you back on a little bit. I'm loving my background. It looks great.
I need to create something proper for you. You cannot rock this. No, it looks good. I love it, but I think I need to create something more professional as well. But
Uh,
this is a good story. It's AI generated with the tools. We're up with the time, so I think it makes sense.
yeah, yeah, try it out. Evolve. Okay.
Exactly.
Cheers, man. I'll catch you later.
See you later.
Okay. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.